The financial world just got rocked by one of the most monumental moves in the history of cryptocurrency. Ripple, the company behind XRP, is officially filing for an IPO. The long-rumored event has now been confirmed, and it could be the single most important moment in crypto's history to date. If you're holding XRP right now, you could be about to experience one of the greatest wealth transfers ever seen in modern finance. So what does Ripple's IPO mean for XRP holders? Well, let's start with the basics. Ripple, the company behind XRP, is preparing to go public. And the leaks we've been getting about this IPO are sending shockwaves throughout the financial world. The valuation, a mind-blowing $100 billion. Yes, you read that right. Ripple's IPO could be valued at a staggering $100 billion, making it one of the largest public offerings in the history of the financial industry. But here's the catch. If you're holding XRP right now, you're not just holding on to a crypto token. You could be holding the future of global finance, and this IPO could make you rich in ways most investors only dream of. Let's break this down further. When Ripple goes public, there's a chance that XRP holders will get access to Ripple stock or share-like benefits through things like airdrops or equity exposure. Ripple has always been closely tied to the value of XRP, so it's likely that the IPO will result in some sort of partnership between the two. What does this mean for you? It means that as Ripple becomes a publicly traded company, you might gain more than just the tokens you're holding. You could potentially gain exposure to the company itself. Ripple is becoming a financial powerhouse, and XRP holders could be the early investors in this groundbreaking shift. Now let's talk about what happens when the IPO actually launches. Based on Ripple's proven technology and strategic position in the global financial infrastructure, it's very possible that XRP's price could see a massive surge. Think back to Tesla's IPO when the price surged by more than 1,200%. Analysts are already predicting that XRP could experience something similar. If XRP follows that kind of trajectory, we could see the price of XRP skyrocket to $1,000. Yes, $1,000. At today's price, that would represent an increase of more than 1,200%, which would make early XRP holders some of the wealthiest individuals in crypto history. Just imagine the kind of wealth creation that could happen if you're holding XRP when the IPO goes live. But how do we know this is a realistic prediction? Simple. The math checks out. Ripple's market cap is already substantial. And with an IPO valued at $100 billion, Ripple would be joining the ranks of some of the most prominent tech companies in the world. The financial sector is beginning to wake up to the fact that blockchain technology, and specifically Ripple's solutions, are the future of global finance. As we move closer to a digital-first financial system, Ripple is perfectly positioned to dominate cross-border payments, liquidity provision, and real-time settlement solutions. XRP is the key token in this massive infrastructure shift. And as institutions begin to recognize its utility, the price could easily shoot up to $1,000. In fact, institutional investment in Ripple and XRP is already ramping up. One of the most significant players in this IPO process is Goldman Sachs, which has been selected as one of the lead underwriters for Ripple's public offering. Goldman Sachs is no stranger to high-stakes financial decisions, and the fact that they're backing Ripple's IPO speaks volumes. A firm of Goldman's caliber doesn't get involved with projects unless they see a massive upside. Ripple's underlying technology and the potential for global adoption have already made it an attractive asset for institutional investors, and the IPO will only serve to accelerate that trend. But this institutional frenzy doesn't stop there. In fact, major financial institutions have already started positioning themselves ahead of the Ripple IPO. JP Morgan, for example, has been spotted accumulating massive amounts of XRP to the tune of 500 million tokens. Why are they doing this? Well, it's simple. They see the potential. They know that Ripple's technology is poised to disrupt traditional financial systems, and they want a stake in the future of global payments. When the whales move, it's always worth paying attention. Now here's the part that most XRP holders should be most excited about. Ripple's partnerships and integrations are only growing stronger by the day. Just take a look at the latest developments. Ripplet, the payment network built on the XRP ledger, has already been adopted by hundreds of financial institutions around the world. This includes major banks in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Ripple is rapidly becoming the go-to platform for cross-border payments. and the financial giants are taking notice. Ripple is also gaining traction with central banks around the world. The company's technology is being tested in multiple central bank digital currency, or CBDC pilots, and that could be a game changer for XRP. If Ripple's technology becomes the backbone of central bank digital currencies, the demand for XRP would soar to unimaginable levels. We're talking about a global financial ecosystem that could rely on Ripple and XRP for cross-border settlements, liquidity provisioning, and remittances. This isn't just theoretical. It's already happening behind the scenes. And don't think the rise of XRP is just speculation. The market is already showing signs of the impending surge. XRP is the most liquid digital asset in the crypto space, and it's poised to be the engine that powers the global financial system. We've already seen a significant uptick in XRP's liquidity, with over 300 million XRP being moved into cold storage by whales, including large institutional investors. When whales make moves like this, it's usually a sign that they're positioning themselves ahead of something big, and this time that something big could be the Ripple IPO. If you're holding XRP, right now you're in a unique position. You're not just holding on to a speculative token, you're holding a stake in the future of finance. The IPO is only the beginning. Once Ripple is listed on the NYSE, the floodgates will open and institutional money will pour in. The price of XRP could easily hit $1,000, and those who are holding before the IPO are in line to reap the rewards. Now the big question is, are you in or are you out? The greatest wealth transfer in crypto history could be happening right now, and you don't want to miss it. XRP is about to rewrite the rules of global finance, and if you're not on board, you could be left behind. So what do you think? Is XRP the next big thing, or is it all just hype? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful. Make sure you're subscribed, because we'll be keeping you updated as more details emerge about Ripple's IPO and its potential impact on XRP's price.